welcome to today's webinar. My name is Pragati. Today's webinar would be how educational and edtech companies can get more enrollments online.
I'm pleased to introduce today's speakers, Mr. Akshay Wangal, who is a senior sales consultant here at Core Factors and has an experience in overseeing edtech accounts, and Mr. Sagar Mani, who also works as a senior sales consultant and has an ability to onboard edtech companies very effectively. I would also like to welcome Ms. Ashwini Jitale, working as the marketing head at Tata Institute of Social Sciences in the Vocational Education Department, who would also give her insights about the topic. Lastly, we would love to hear from you during the today's presentation. So if you have any questions for our speakers, please feel free to send it through the chat. We'll be answering questions at the end of the session. Now, without any further ado, I would like to kick things off by welcoming Mr. Sagar. Sagar, over to you.
Thanks, Pragati. Thanks for your kind introduction.
Yeah.
And hello, everyone. Hope everyone is safe and healthy during this time. So, our webinar's topic is how educational and edtech companies can get more enrollments, or you can say it, how educational institutes can generate more revenue through various technological tools. I believe that this webinar will bring some profound insights to our listeners, and certainly it will put a light on immense possibilities that education industry has. But before we come to how, I want to speak on why, because we all know there will be a lot of opportunities, but why there will be a lot of opportunity, we need, I like to talk about that first. So there are two, three questions that I will address. That why tech companies are growing at great pace, why today people are not solely focused on traditional tools of education, and how technology is shaping the world, shaping the whole education industry. So I'll start with some examples. So today, if someone, let's suppose today, if someone wants to learn anything or want to know anything, so we all know that what they all need is just a smartphone with an internet connection and basic knowledge of how to operate that smartphone. Let's say if there is a 12th class student who wants to know about the course or a admission process or a job related to that particular course, or let's say it's an engineering student who has an interest in psychology or he wants to learn a psychology. So if we take those cases 20 years back, then it was very hard for them to access that information, and it was a very time consuming process. But now those information, whatever they want to know, it's just minutes away from them. And whether it is, it's about anything, whether it is psychology, whether it's about any course. So the reality has been changed. Having said that, the reality has totally, technology has totally changed the reality. With a robust rise in smartphone ownership and internet adoption, learning has become more personalized, convenient, and all-encompassing. Not everyone has access to quality academic resources school, but more and more people have a phone in their hands now, indicating how edtech is helping democratize education. At the same time, the consumer base is increasing phenomenally. Uh, we know that there are apps they have download. I mean, more than million people are downloading those educational apps for the skill they want to learn. So there, it is basically paving way for opportunity, not just in the academic space, but in vocational course and skill development as well. We are all influenced by our educational experiences. Although we might think of education as a one-room red brick schoolhouse, but it has evolved and grown into global spanning industry poised for rapid growth. Innovators continue to explore ways in which cutting-edge technologies can enhance the learner's experience. And with the worldwide reach of internet and the ubiquity of smart devices that can connect to it, a new age of anytime, anywhere education is dawning, and we are all witnessing that. There are more than 250 million learners around the world who have finished their schooling yet aren't able to read or write well and lack the skills they will need to succeed in 21st century. Additionally, around the globe, our classroom with tens of thousands of teachers struggling to close that educational gap. but lacking the access to tools and resources that will enable them to succeed. And this is also a major prevalent problem in our country's education system, primarily a state education. There's a huge gap prevalent, and this gap can only be bridged by technology. And in my personal experience, the technology has helped me a lot to fill that knowledge gap, and is still helping me to learn more. I guess it is helping everyone. Countries around the world are increasingly recognizing the need to improve student learning outcomes, as well as the power of technology to support that goal. The recognition has driven education leaders to undertake a range of efforts to integrate EdTech into their education system, schools, and classroom. So there is no doubt that online learning will accelerate in coming years. India is home to the second highest number of EdTech companies. EdTech is clearly seeing a huge boom at the moment, with acquisition on the rise and its market value set to hit 252 billion this year. So it is pretty evident for everyone. It is fair enough to say that there is a lot of opportunities, and there will be a lot of opportunities for any institute which is related to education, whether it is at tech, school, or colleges. And right now there is a vast experiment going on. As we know that COVID-19 is there, everything is shut down, school, colleges, everything. So most of the colleges and schools have taken their learning education process to the online, and now they are going online, to which this has never happened before, but now it is happening. So this is an experiment going on right now, and we don't know how people will react to this, how people will react to online education, because we all know online education is now, it's not a mainstream education right now. So we have to wait and see how people will react, and whether it will become their primary choice or not. So now I will ask Akshay to take us through how education institute and edtech companies can get more enrollments, can generate more revenue, how they can capitalize on more opportunities that are available. So it's over to you, Akshay.
Yeah, thanks, Sagar, and thanks, Pragati, for introducing me. So, yeah, first I'm just going through, as Sagar said, like things are coming, things are changing, and we have to change according to the market, right? So let's talk about the omni-channel marketing. What is that? Maybe some of you would be doing any marketings, like maybe you will be doing Google AdWords, you will be doing Facebook marketing, you will be doing SMS, emails. But how many of you are doing the combination of these marketings? So that's where the multi-channel marketing comes into picture, right? And what about the multi-channel marketing? Let's take an example. Akshay was roaming on Facebook, and he seen the ad about your institutions, and I've seen Python courses are teach over here, and then different courses are getting taught. So I just clicked on that ad, and as soon as I'm clicking on the ad, the information will get filled, and as soon as I'm filling the information, I will receive a mail. So thank you, Akshay, for giving us your inputs, and yeah, we are addressing your queries, and this is how we about our courses. And as soon as I'm opening the mail, I receive another SMS. So that SMS tells me like, Akshay, this is thank you for opening a mail or something like that. And then if you are registering now, you are getting 20%, 25% off right away. So this is how, let's suppose if you are using this kind of a combination. So I just went through a lot of reports, and that says it will increase your enrollments, it will increase your lead generation capability, and return of investment which you are putting in any marketing, that will get at our platform. We provide SMS, email, and landing pages also we can create for you. You can use that same in the social media marketing, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So now YouTube is very what you can say, like people are posting their ad more on YouTube, and many more. So you can do voice calling and something like that. So and you can use the combination of all in as I said earlier, right? And this is the benefits like more return of investment, and you will get more enrollments and more lead generation. So this is first point. And second points comes of like reduce leakages and response time. So what this means? So let's suppose that you, with the help of multi-channel marketing, you generated some leads. With the help of other marketplaces, let it be Just Dial or Sulekha or Urban Pro, so something like that, and maybe other social media campaigns also you will be doing with the help of with the combination of multi-channel marketing, and you generated the leads. Next important thing will be how you are going to respond them, because again report says so. If you are not capturing and if you are not engaging with the particular lead in very minimum time like 5 minutes, then your lead get cold with the time. So that is very very important. Like as soon as someone is inquiring or someone is showing the interest, you should engage with him. So in our teledues platform, what we are doing, in a single platform all your leads will get captured. As soon as it is getting captured, they will receive SMS, instant SMS. So thank you for inquiring us at our platform. Our executive will call you shortly, and they will receive a same or different kind of email. Plus, our virtual telephony number. This feature will connect your concerned team to the particular student. So let's suppose take you do have three people A, B, C in your sales team and handling Just Dial leads. So as soon as Akshay is inquiring on Just Dial, the leads will get captured into seconds, and virtual number to A, where A will be the if A is the first person. If yeah, so A is the first person, then it will connect to A. If A is not responding, it will connect to B. If B is not responding, it will connect to C. And if someone is responding or picking up the call, it will directly connect to the student. So what is happening here is like he is getting SMS, he is getting email, and as soon as he is reading the SMS and email, he is getting the call also. So here the leakage of the leads is getting very very zero. So it's getting zero. So for next topic, I again I want to ask Sagar to come up and describe the same.
Yeah. Thanks, Akshay. So there are businesses where they'll receive a lot of leads from various locations, from various sources, and they have a lot of products. So education in education, a lot of businesses from so education industry is also the same, where they receive a lot of leads from various locations, and they have a lot of courses which students pursue, and they do a lot of marketing, whether it is their website and social media. So a lot of resources are there. So distribution of leads, basically what will happen, let's take a condition. So there is a lead, and that lead is handled by Y. Okay, but now that lead has flowed to X. So there is no point that why that lead has gone to X, because X can't handle that lead. So this issue, what will happen, let's say if the leads are flowing to the not to the concerned people, then what will happen is that the conversion will be less, and there will be a lot of opportunities that will be lost. So with the auto inquiry distribution, and any edtech interest, any edtech company or education institution, what they can do. So let's say if there is a manager who looks after northern region, or there is a manager who looks after southern region, or there's a manager who looks after eastern region. So what we can do, we can automatically, whatever the leads will be generated through various sources in that particular region, will that leads will be distributed automatically to that particular person. So it will happen same with the location, source, and course. So let's say there is a person called X who looks after uh, uh, CAT classes, or who looks after UPSC classes, who looks after PG diploma course. Okay. So anyone who inquires for PG diploma course, that those leads will automatically go to that particular person. So the benefit of auto inquiry distribution is that there will be no leads that will be lost, or there will be no delay from the organization to connect with the lead, and there will be no confusion, and eventually this will help in converting more. Now I'll come to the next point. So, nurture the inquiries. So definitely, a lot of tech companies or education institute, they receive a lot of inquiries, and the business is also like this. If any student wants to know about any particular course, so they inquire, and they inquire not in one institute. They inquire in a lot of institute. So now it is necessary for every business, every education company to onboard their student, but the competition is also there. So nurture basically helps in developing a relationship with the students. How they can develop it? So they can continuously send some emails and SMS, majorly emails, regarding some relevant information about the course, about the opportunities regarding that course, and how they can, what is the admission process, eligibility process, and how this course will turn up in the future. So nurturing, through nurturing, they can develop special relationships with those students. So, and it will help them to make them customers. So we all know that not every lead is a customer. So but in order to make those leads into a customer, a strong relationship is necessary. We have to develop that relationship. So we can develop it through sales automation. So we have there is a process called automated marketing, drip marketing. So there are two things: lead generation and lead nurturing. So generation is an event where you generate a lot of leads, but those are not your customer. But through lead journey, you take them to that buying process where they are in the position where they can take decision. So through various, as I told you, through various email marketing, automated email marketing, automated SMS marketing. Like let's say if some education companies is uh, triggering scheduling a webinar regarding some particular course, and then they can send this information to all the students. So whoever will be interested, they will attend that webinar, and that's how that business, that education institute is building the relationships, and which at the end leads to more conversion, more revenue. Now I'd like Akshay to describe the next point.
Hello. Sorry. So I just unmuted now. Okay, fine. So yeah. So next topic will be monitoring a sales team, and in that monitorization, what will come is like you'll be having different teams. Let's suppose take call center team, you'll be having sales team, you will be having, and there will be a team who will be looking after your documentation and conversion processes. So let's first talk about how you are going to monitor a call center team, and especially in this pandemic where you don't know like who is working and you cannot go in particular their home. You can just ask, you cannot ask for the reports and you cannot monitor them. So how you are going to monitor them? So in our platform there is a telecalling feature. In that telecalling feature, what will happen is like you can just upload the database after assigned to the particular people. Let's suppose take A, B, C are the concerned team, and let's suppose again 30 contacts has been given to them, and you are just asking them to call these 30 students and then to generate the leads out of that. So if you are, if you're not having the system in place, well, they will be calling and they will not be calling, but you will not having any track. With our platform they can call with our virtual telephony solution, and as soon as they will be calling, all the things will get tracked. So whether how many calls they had been made for a particular day, what were, how many calls has been answered, and how many leads got generated out of that. So this is all about the call center team. Again, one more thing is like you will be having a particular recordings of all the calls. So what you can do is like not only for the monitoring, but you can just listen to that, and if let's suppose like A is not speaking well or A is not pitching well, you can just guide them. So here what you are doing, you are strengthening your call center team, right? So this same thing applies with your sales team and also all other teams. So you can just listen how they are speaking with clients, and if you find some faults, you can just correct it. So this is all about strengthening your call center team. Next will be monitoring your sales team. So now, as I said, leads got generated through multi-channel marketing, different sources. Lead got nurtured, and then it got assigned to the sales team. Now the sales team, what they will be doing with our, as I said, reduce in the previous slide, they can connect it to the particular student. As soon as they are getting connected, they will receive some information. Let's suppose the Akshay inquired, and Akshay said that yeah, I need Python for 30 days program. I will be registering for, and these are my details, and whatever details let's suppose the a person wants to know, he will ask him, and then follow up will happen. Follow up, one follow up will be done with automation with our platform, so that will go whether your salesperson is following or not. But in our platform they can create reminders, they can create like you want to follow up Akshay, let's suppose take I inquired on 1st April, and then today is 21st April. So after three days they can put a reminder, so they can uh, call to the particular person, and then they can move that lead to the closer to conversion. So that is one. And about, this is all about follow up. They can create a meeting so that a student will get a notification. They can write notes. So all your entire what you can say details of the particular customer. So whether you followed up or not, when you followed up, what are the tasks created, when you meet that particular client, what calls you made, what SMS you made, and what are the emails. So this all the activities will get captured into the particular lead. So this is one. Second thing, in all, you will have a lead dashboard. In lead dashboard, you will know what are all the leads the particular sales team is having. ABC, again, your salesperson. So how many leads A is having? How many leads are in the fresh prospect stage? Or so let's suppose like some of them will be done the meeting. So stage wise, you will get a particular reports. That is one. And then again, if I'm talking about the other reports like as per the sources, so how many leads are getting by just dial, how many leads are getting with your social media marketing and whatever multi-channel marketing you will be doing with our platform, how many leads you are getting through that, so and how much money you are invested in, right? So all the clear picture you will get, how many leads got generated, how many revenue you generated through that leads. So particularly you will know your return of investment, so whatever you are doing on lead generation. So this is all about monitoring a team and knowing the return of investment. Next topic will be customer success. So again, let's suppose take in customer success, what topics we will cover is like difference between cross selling and upselling. So what is cross selling and upselling? Simple example, if you want to take a multimedia phone, you went to any particular shop and salesperson motivated you and said, this is not the time to buy a multimedia phone, sir. So this is the time to buy Android phone. And he just upsell the product. So that is all about the upselling and cross selling. If you are buying a particular mobile phone, with that mobile phone, someone is forcing you to get a headset. So you will get all this much offer, and for that it will be a cross sell. So how we will help in Teledu cross sell? So first, let's suppose take someone registered, Akshay registered for Python course, he did the Python course, and then again with the same automation, automated journeys, he will receive a particular information, what is the update is going on around the industry. So now first he learned about C plus, and now Python is very what you can say popular among the industry. So you can just send him a mail like, these are the industry prefer Python developers and C plus, and these are what career option you do have. So what you can do with the database what you are having, with that you can generate more leads. This is all about the cross selling. And if I'm talking about the upselling, while the lead is getting converted, again you can just send a same emailer, in the same emailers you can send how you can make a comparison. So let's suppose the Akshay wants to register for 30-day program, and you are just pushing him what are the differences between 30-day and 60-day program, and what are the topics you are going to cover, what are the treatment he is going to get. So accordingly he can just move to the 60-day program, so that will get you more revenue with the same lead. So that's where you can do cross selling and upselling. Third thing is fourth thing is like getting a 360 view. What this means, so in our platform there is a customer success manager. In that you can see all the transaction made by the particular student. So you can see Akshay, how many course Akshay had done, right? And when he done that, what category, as you are having all the information of Akshay, what category he belongs to, and what are the different people are related to Akshay category, and what are the courses they are doing. So what you are getting, you will be getting a particular what you can say, a report which IT industry employees are doing lot of more courses than the student who are all getting graduated. So what you can do after that, you can just, but your marketing budget will be more focused on IT employees. So this is where you should get 360 view. So this is all about the customer success. And switching on to the teleconsultation mode, what that means. So I hope not not some of you, 80 to 90% people would have shifted to the virtual class mode, right? They will be providing the classes with Zoom or something, Google Meets or something, some softwares like that, so that you should complete your classes and you should get your fees, right? If they are not paying the fees, we will not able to cook the food. So that's the thing you should what accept, that this era had come where all the people are maybe moving to the online classes. And as Sagar said, people will get habitual with this, and then this will increase, so it will not reduce. And the third thing is you should again build a particular infrastructure for these kind of needs, right? So you should have a particular software, not in this crisis, but in for future as well. So in future, this can increase. So you should have a particular infrastructure for that. And miss call based conference calling is what. So I'm just working with one of the education institute closely, and their student base is very much concentrated in villages, and that is very primary students kind of thing. So students between 5th class to 10th class. So that students will not be having Androids. So how they are in this situation, how they are getting the learnings from the particular teacher. So they are using a feature called miss call based conference call. In that, what we will be doing, we will be providing them a virtual number. So wherein all the students will give a missed call on the particular time, and this time and all they will know with our bulk SMS things are already there, right? So with that, they will get to know this is the time for this class, and they will just join with the uh, particular by giving a missed call, and then all people will be connected where teacher will be guiding them through the whatever the information he wants to.
Okay, so we are jumping into the question and answer session. So anybody, if you have any questions, you can write it in the chat, and I can pass it to Sagar and Akshay. Hello everyone, is there any question you want to ask to our speakers? Okay, Snehin Raj to everyone, how to get virtual number for my company?
So thank you, Snehi. So for asking the question. So how to get a virtual number for your company? It is very simple. You have to just connect us, and as soon as you will be connected, we will give you a requirement, and like how you want the particular flow, and with that some welcome music we will be creating, and to whom it should get connected, how. So you would have heard like for Python courses press 1 press 2, for C++ courses. So that kind of a flow we will be creating for you, and yeah, we will assign one virtual number. So you have to just choose whatever the virtual numbers we will be having, and yeah, your virtual number account will be delivered in 3 to 4 days maximum. You just have to connect us.
Thank you. Anybody else has any question? The question from Surya Sagal, are there any demerits in online marketing or selling?
uh, demerits. So if I'm talking about the demerits, so first there are lots of advantages. I didn't see any kind of demerits. Let's suppose take if you are knowing the particular your target audience, then there is no such a demerits. But if you don't know your target audience, so there will be lots of like you can just uh, what lose your money. So this is the only one demerits I think that we are that you will be having. And again, if you're talking in the other perspective, so let's suppose take if you're doing some SMS marketing or email marketing to uh, in a in a wrong way, in a wrong way in the sense you are reaching to the people who are DND activated, do not disturb activated, then they are going to come after. But at our platform, we are providing only so you will reach to genuine audiences, and we will just help you so how to get more things done with our experiences.
I would also like to add some point here. So, as the question is, are there any benefits in online marketing and selling? So, there is no demerit in online selling because you are getting money, and there is no demerit in getting money. But as far as the online marketing is concerned, the Akshay has said very wisely that if you know your target audience and you are targeting the right audience by your marketing channels, then there is no demerit. If you are not targeting the right audience for you, then the only demerit is that you are wasting that resource.
And yeah,
We'll take one more question, one last question
okay.
here. That how can we reach 100% target? Lakshmi Shredabala.
Yeah, so,
So,
yes.
reaching 100% target, as our CEO has told us every time, that by only by consistency we can reach 100% target. So if they are consistent in their marketing, whether it is online marketing, automated marketing, anything, and if they are communicating with the right audience, and they can generate quite pretty good leads. When they will have some good leads or some good amount of leads in their pipeline, and when they are communicating with them, so definitely they will reach their 100% target. So it's only by consistency, I would say.
Yeah, consistent. I just want to add one point. Consistency and the process of yours should be streamlined. So if your process is not streamlined, you are getting leads, but you don't know where the things leads are going. You are getting leads, you are talking, and then you are not able to follow up. And if you are able to follow up, also you don't know how to close the leads. So all the things should be in one place, as our platform gives you that thing. So your lead should come under a single roof, and then automated follow up, and then closure. So this should happen, and your admin also should have a particular or clear picture. So how to do the things, or how to monitor. So that's how you will generate, or you will reach to 100%. So one more point is streamlining your process. So just make things in process.
We'll go for some more questions. If you have any questions, you can ask. If you have any query related to how you can contact us, or how about our services or anything, then you can ask it.
Yeah, Pragati, I think we provided them the details to reach us, and that is quite good.
Okay. Uh, so I think that's all for today. Thank you, Akshay and Sagar, for your insights and learning about edtech companies and how more enrollments can be there. And I would also like to thank our audiences, our viewers. Thank you everyone for their time and cooperation in making this webinar a success. I would also like to tell you that we are conducting another webinar, and please, I request everyone to join it.
Thanks, Pragati. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
thank you.
Pragati.
Thank you so much.